guys, welcome to Shadow Skull Studios. It's Ray Wolf, and we're back on another Friday deck list. But before we head into that, I'm gonna ask guys, please like and subscribe if you enjoy my content, and comment down below, get some interaction going for the YouTube algorithm. And also, I have an announcement for next week, the week of Thanksgiving. I am going to be taking a 1-week hiatus. We will begin on, what's the date here? So next week is that, right? I believe. Oh, the week of Thanksgiving, I'm going to be taking like a week off, and that following Monday, I'll resume uploading. So I think it's 2 weeks from now. So yeah, we have 2 weeks for that. But yeah, just to let y'all know, that way I won't be updating. I'm probably going to do another like a hiatus video that Sunday, because my work is going to be obscene. My schedule is getting messed up that week. You know, hanging out with family, stuff like that. I'm probably still going to do some YouTube shorts and stuff, or try and do a deck list video for that Friday. But let's go ahead and get to this deck list. The Raid. I've been wanting to build this one for a while. We have Alesha, who smiles at death. First strike. Whenever she attacks, you may pay Orzhov or 2 white, 2 black, however you want to do it. Return target creature with power 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped and attacking. Basically what we're going to be doing is oopsing out all our cheaper dudes. But I kind of put a twist on this one. I wanted to give myself a little bit of a handicap. So going to our creatures, we have Alesha, who laughs at fate. Whenever she attacks, put 1 counter on it. Raid, beginning of your end step, if you attack this turn, return target creature with mana value less than or equal to power from the graveyard to the battlefield. So again, we're going to be returning creatures. We have Arcbound Condor, modular 3, flying. When it enters, or another artifact enters battlefield under your control, an opponent gets -1/-1 until end of turn. So this will get us some removal. Arcbound Crusher enters battlefield, put 1 counter on Arcbound Crusher. When another artifact enters, modular 1. Lancer, first strike, modular 4. Mauser is lifelink, modular 1. Steel, Arcbound Overseer. Shikari. Avalanche Riders is unaffected by Summoning Sickness. When it comes into play, destroy target lands. So with this one, we're going to be blowing up lands. It's kind of rude, but you know. Canoptic Scarab Swarm will exile target player's graveyard and hopefully make us some 1/1 insects. Charforger, whenever another creature artifact is put into our graveyard from the battlefield, put oil on it. Remove 3 oil counters, exile top card library. You may play it this turn. This will give us a little bit of card advantage. Clockwork Dragon. Basically, we're going to oops out a 6/6 flying dragon. Commissar Severina Rain. This will get us some attack triggers for gaining life. Or, sorry, draining our opponent's life. Company Commander will make us some 1/1 soldiers, and we'll give all our stuff Death Touch, so our opponent will hopefully not block. Dothy Voidwalker is to steal our opponent's stuff that goes in their graveyard. Dire Fleet Captain. Wait, that's the wrong one. Hang on. Let's remove that. Dire Fleet Captain doesn't go in the deck. It's we're looking for Dire Fleet Daredevil. Okay, Dire Fleet Daredevil, that's what it's supposed to be. When enters the battlefield, exile target instant sorcery from an opponent's graveyard. We may cast it this turn, any mana be cast it. So hopefully we get a removal, stuff like that. Disciple of the Vault. When artifact is put into a graveyard from play, target opponent loses 1 life. So if they board wipe all our artifacts, we're going to drain them. Duplicant is going to exile target non-token creature, hopefully an opponent's. Becomes a copy of it. Or no, wait, power and toughness. Alish Norn is, let's see if we can switch printing. I should have done that first. Select that one. She is going to double our ATBs and stop our opponent's ATBs. Apocryphite is basically going to oops out a 4/4. Fiend Hunter, this one is going to be removal. Gonti Lord Luxury is going to steal our opponent's cards. Emotech the Stormlord. When our Alesha's remove, like, get our or reanimate our artifact creatures. We're going to basically make another 2/2. And we can give target creature +2/+2, artifact creature +2/+2 in menace. Ishin 2 Heavens is 1. We'll double our attack triggers. Leonin Relic Warder is going to be removal. Lore in the Third Path is removal and card draw. Master Cruelties is a win con. Mishra claimed by Gix is going to be some life gain. Op Agent is to graveyard hate our opponent, or stop our opponents from searching. Phyrexian Dragon Engine is to basically put our stuff in our graveyard and to reanimate it with Alesha. Also, it melds with Mishra, so we can get even more attack triggers. Redain, God of the Worthy, is to stacks our opponents out, or if we wanted to, we could cast it on this side. To slow down some damage and to basically give our stuff forward 1. Solemn Simulacrum is a ramp. Steel Overseer is to put 1 counters on all our artifact creatures. Sun Titan, Graveyard Recursion. Then we have Workhorse for mana. And Yarik's Finlurker. This is to hand hate our opponents, and it will exile the cards from their hands. For our sorceries, we have Blasphemous Act for a board wipe. Blasphemous Edict for a board wipe. Jessica's Will for ramp. Redress Fate to get all artifact creatures back. Their name is Death to destroy all non-artifact creatures. Wake the Past is to get all our artifact creatures back. Well, all our artifacts back. We have Chroma's Will for protection. Bedevil for removal. Blood for the Blood God is to basically draw some cards and deal 8 damage to each opponent. Dawn's Truce is for protection. Deadly Rollick for removal. Deflecting Swat for protection. Deadly Answers is a card draw. Final Payment is removal. Heartwarming Redemption is to fill our graveyard and gain life, draw cards. Marty Charm is removal or hand hate. Not of this world. With our modular, if we can get a creature that's big enough, basically we can counter spells. Path to Exile for removal. Surge of Salvation for protection. For artifacts, Arcane Signet, Ashton's Altars, put the creatures back in the graveyard. Blackblade Reforged is to make something really big. Chromatic Lantern for mana fixing. Commander Sphere. Cranial Plating we can attach it at instant speed, so whatever doesn't get blocked. Mycosynth Lattice for make everybody's stuff artifacts. Null Brooch is to fill our graveyard and a counter target non-creature spell. Panharmonicon to double our ETB triggers. For enchantments, Cathar's Crusade. Basically put counters on all our creatures. Dictate of Erebos if our stuff gets destroyed or dies. Impact Tremors is to burn our opponents. For lands, we have Access Tunnel to make our commander unblockable. Arid Mesa is to get our Triome. Baradur is to basically just amass Oryx X to get a creature out for when creatures die. Blazemire Verge is basically a dual land. Blood Crit for a shock land. Bajuka Bog, Graveyard Hate. Clifftop Retreat for a dual land command tower. Dakmore Salvage is to dredge cards into our graveyard. Desolate Mire. We have a Dragon Skull Summit, Exotic Orchard, Godless Shrine, 6 mountains, 6 plains, Sacred Foundries, Shockland, Savai Triome, and 6 swamps. So yeah, I went a little cheaper on the land, so it is still pretty good land selection. But yeah, for our colors, they are kind of even. We're a little low on red. But that one is just whatever red creatures or ETBs you might like. Let's go ahead and playtest with this hand. Discard. Alright, so immediately what I'm going to do is Command Tower, Cycle the Vault, next turn, Access Tunnel, cast Mauser, enters with a counter. We can swing at somebody. Next turn, Swamp. do Alesha in case they killed one of our dudes. Next turn, swamp. And I guess we'll do Dante. And then we'll swing. And we'll swing at somebody that doesn't have a lot of creatures or that has smaller ones. Next turn. Ah, we're not getting any of our discards, sadly. Ooh, that's fine though. We could do this just as will. Say they only had 5 cards in hand. Tap at the 5 mana for Workhorse. Workhorse is going to enter with 4 counters. There we go. And with that on like our turn, we could easily remove the counters to help us cast Company Commander. Or we could, if there's enough creatures on board, we'll Blasphemous Act in response, move the counters, and hopefully have like another red mana for Alesha Recaster. Let's go ahead and restart. This one's also okay. We'll draw for turn 1. We'll do Sacred Foundry. Next turn, Blood Crypt, going into Blackblade Reforged. Next turn, we'll do Swamp, Fen Lurker to hand hate our opponents. Next turn, we'll do a Mountain. We'll cast Ashnod's Altar, and then we'll go at like swing. And then what we'll do, or what we could do, is we'll sack for 2 mana, do Alesha. Next turn, we'll Bajuka Bog our opponent's graveyard if they've been like ramping and stuff like that. I need at least these 2. So what can I cast? Just 2 mana? Nothing. So what we'll do is we'll go to combat and we'll swing. And we'll tap like this. Let's tap like this so we have this. Bringing out Fen Lurker to exile a card from each opponent's hand. Second main will sack for 2 mana, tap, equip Blackblade to Alesha. Sure, that'll work. Next turn, Clifftop Retreat. We'll come and play untapped. What do we want to do? Because we have 6 mana. I guess what we'll do, we'll do it like this. We'll cast Gonti. We'll go to combat. We're using these 2 mana for white mana. Bring back Fen Lurker. And there you go. We're hand hating. We've got we can cast our opponent's stuff. And we have a board wipe and no field, you know, Redain, stuff like that. Let's go ahead and restart. Alright. Drawing for turn 1. Immediately we're gonna do Triome. Next turn, Forest, Steel Overseer. Next turn, Mountain. We'll do Alesha. And then we'll put a counter. Whoops. Add a counter for Steel Overseer. Next turn. Oh, Null Brooch is a good one. So we'll do that. We just don't have anything in our hand. So what we could do, leave Triome. Do a Jessica's Will. And we'll exile top 3, getting us some mana. And we'll say we won't play our Swamp. We'll play Dragon Skull Summit. So these are tapped. And we have a bunch of red mana. So we'll do Arcbound. And we can't cast Dothi, sadly. So Dothi will stay in exile. So we lost that. That's fine. Play our land for turn. Let's say we just had enough to get the Crusher. And enters with 1 counter. Then we'll tap. Add another counter. Next turn. Swamp. Is that be an artifact creature? Nope, no other artifacts. So what we could do is tap, add a counter, We'll tap our basic lands for Ashnod's Altar. Puts a counter. Stack Steel Overseer. Tap that Commander Sphere. Add counter. Go to combat. Attack, attack. Tap these. What happened to my Steel Overseer? I put it on top of the tip. Alright, and yeah. And that's how this plays, guys. Anyways, I will see y'all again next time. I hope y'all enjoy this deck. And have fun.